We are live.
So we can start. Sir. Sir, we can start, sir.
Yeah. Shrutismritipurananam alayam karunalayam namami bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. With the abundant blessings of our Acharya Swamiji, we are into Kataksha Shatakam of Mookapanchashati, sloka number 66. Yeah.
कामाक्षि घोर भवरोग चिकित्सनार्थम् अभ्यर्थ्य देशिक कटाक्ष विषत् प्रसादात् तत्रापि देवि लभते सुकृती कदाचित् अन्यस्य दुर्लभम् अपाङ्गमहौषधम् हे
In this shloka, Mooka Kavi describes the sidelong glance, apanga, as mahaushadham, apanga mahaushadham. Te apanga mahaushadham. Your sidelong glance, which is a great medicine. Great medicine for which disease? Now he is explaining. O Kamakshi, ghora bhavaroga chikitsanartham. We are all suffering from a very terrible disease. That is the disease of bhava, disease of samsara. Terrible disease of samsara, chikitsanartham, for getting cured of this disease. Deshika kataksha bhishak prasadat. Deshika is Guru. Guru's kataksha, Guru's sidelong glance, is actually the curer, the healer, the doctor. Bhishak is the healer, the doctor. Who is the doctor? The sidelong glance of the Guru. He is the doctor. And Devi's sidelong glance is the medicine. Now, with the prasada, with the anugraha, with the grace, with the blessings of this Bhishak, this healer, which is the sidelong glance of the Guru, abhyarthya, having prayed to Devi, abhyarthya, prarthya, both mean the same. Abhyarthana, prarthana, both are same. Arthana is actually prayer, pra, abhi, etc. or prefixes which add to the significance. So, abhyarthya, deshika kataksha bhishak prasadat, tatrapi, having done all this, that means we have prayed to Devi, we have got the anugraha of deshika kataksha, even then, tatrapi, even after all this, Devi, O Devi, sukriti labhate, only if you have merit in your account, only if you are a meritorious person, then you will not assure. Kadachiti means once in a way. Kadachiti, once in a way. Your internet connection is unstable. Is there any problem with the voice?
Guruji, your voice is breaking down because of your internet connection.
One minute. Huh?
It's okay now, Guruji. You can go ahead.
Okay? Yeah, okay. Kadachiti, once in a way, Anyasya durlabham apanga mahaushadham. This mahaushadha, this great medicine, is actually anyasya durlabham. It is very difficult for others It is very difficult to get for others. Others means, who is the others? Those who are not Sukruti, those who are not having merit, religious merit, they are Anya. So those who are having religious merit, Sukruti. So you have got three conditions for getting this sidelong glance, which is the medicine. One is you have to get the blessings of the Guru's sidelong glance. Second is you should have religious merit to your account. Third is you should pray, constantly pray. So if having done all this, still there is no assurance, adachit. So this shloka tries to tell us the significance of prayer. We should keep constantly praying because we do not know whether we are Sukruti or not. We do not know what kind of Sukruta is to our account. Bishak Prasada also we are not 100% sure whether the Guru is going to bless us with all his heart. We don't know that. So what is in our hands is only the prayer. So keep constantly praying so that you will get that medicine. So he says, O Kamakshi, O Devi, your sidelong glance is a great medicine which is very difficult of attaining for others, and for getting rid of the disease, of the terrible disease of samsara, I have been praying to you, and we should also get the blessings of the healer, the doctor, who is the sidelong glance of the Guru. Having done all that, even then, there is still no assurance. Once in a way, sometimes the man of religious merit will get this great medicine. Next.
कामाक्षि देशिक कृपाङ्कुरम् आश्रयन्तः नाना तपो नियमनाशित पाशबन्धाः वासालयं तव कटाक्षम् अमुं महान्तः लब्ध्वा सुखं समधियः विचरन्ति लोके
Kamakshi, Deshika Kripankuram Ashrayantaha. The screen is not showing the Shloka 67. It's showing still 66. Deshika Kripankuram Ashrayantaha. Ashrayantaha having taken to the Kripa Ankura, the sprout of compassion of the Guru, having taken refuge under the sprout of compassion of the Guru, Nana Tapo Niyama Nashita Pashabandhaha. Nashita Pashabandhaha, having destroyed the bonds of bondage, the ropes of bondage, having destroyed the ropes of bondage. What bondage? Bondage of samsara, having destroyed. How did we destroy? Nana Tapo Niyama. By observing the regulations of many types of austerities, many types of fasting, many types of prayer, many types of vratas, many types of pujas. They're all Nana Tapo Niyama. So having observed various types of austerities and thereby having destroyed the ropes of bonds of samsara, having taken refuge under the sprout of compassion of Guru, Vasalayam Tava Kataksham Amum Mahantaha Labdha. Mahantaha, great people. Again, the emphasis is on the religious merit to your account. Like last time he said Sukruti, this time he says Mahantaha, those who are great. Those who are great, Tava Amum Kataksham, your this Kataksha, Vasalayam Labdha, they make it their residence. Vasalayam is residence. Place of residence is Vasalayam, Vasa Alayam. Labdha, having attained. See, they were looking for a residence and they got this residence. What residence they got? They got the Kataksha as the residence. What does it mean? Kataksha as residence means what? They are always thinking of Devi's Kataksha in their minds. That is why it is as if they are residing there permanently. Their constant meditation makes the poet refer to that place as the residing place. Labdhva sukham samadhiyaha vicharanti loke. Not samadhiyaha, samadhiyaha. Samadhiyaha, those who are having equanimity in their vision. Dhi means buddhi, intellect. Equality in the intellect, equality in the vision, such equanimity in the vision. Those who are having the equanimity in their vision, sukham loke vicharanti, they are moving about in this world comfortably. Comfortable moving about means what? Comfortable moving about means they are not swayed by the attractions of the world. They are not swayed by the sense attraction. They are not distracted by anything of this world. They, in fact, they don't consider this world as truth. They consider this world as mithya. So they are very comfortable. They do all the jobs which you and I do, but they don't consider these jobs as truth. So they are very comfortable. Equanimity in their vision means whether it is sukha or dukkha, whether it is success or failure, they are equal in their vision. They don't care for sukha and dukkha, they don't care for success and failure because they are always concentrating on Devi's Kataksha. They have made it their residence. So the great thing, highest truth is being expounded by the poet. He says, O Kamakshi, Mahantaha, great people, having taken refuge under the sprout of the compassion of the Guru. See, here in this sloka, as well as the previous sloka, Guru Kataksha is emphasized. Without Guru's Kataksha, you are nowhere going, at no time going to get the Kataksha of Devi. So the emphasis is on Deshika Kripa. So having done that, having destroyed the bonds, the ropes of the bonds of samsara through observing the regulations of various types of austerities, great people make your sidelong glance as their residence because they constantly meditate on your sidelong glance and they comfortably move about in this world and they are men of equanimity, equanimous vision. Next.
साकूत संलपित संहृद मुग्धहासुं व्रीडानुराग सगचारी विलोकनं ते कामाक्षि काम परिपन्थिनि मारवीर साम्राज्य विभ्रमदशां सफली करोति
Kamakshi, te vilokanam, second line, your glance, sakuta, samlapita, sambhrita, mugdhahasam. Mugdhahasam means charming smile. Now, this is accompanied by charming smile. Your sidelong glance, your glance is accompanied by a charming smile. Sambhrita means holding, accompanied by. And Sakuta Samlapita Sambhrita Mugdhahasam, that charming smile is holding something. What is it holding? It is holding sanlapa. It is holding speech. Samlapita. It is holding speech. What kind of speech? It is Sakuta, indicative speech. That means when the Devi shows sidelong glance, when she shows her gentle smile, charming smile, that means what? She is favorably disposed towards you. She is going to bless you. So that is the indication. So that indication is Sakuta. Indicative, intentional, you can say intentional or indicative. That is the meaning of Sakuta. That intention is indicated through speech, sanlapa, sanlapita. That speech is not open speech. It is sambhrita mugdhahasam. It is contained in the charming smile. There is no speech actually. The gentle smile contains that speech. Not only that, vridanuraga sahachari. Now this is the case with all devotees. Saukuta Samlapita Sambrita Mugdhahatam Te Vilokanam is for all of us, for all devotees. But when it comes to Shiva, there is a special difference. What is the difference? He is explaining. Vrida Anuraga Sahachari. Vrida Anuraga Sahachari. It is accompanied by bashfulness, Vrida, and Anuraga, attachment, love. It is accompanied by bashfulness and love. Kamakshi, Kama Paripanthini, Maravira Samrajya Vibhramadasham Safali Karoti. Kama Paripanthini in Shiva. Kama Paripanthi is Shiva. Kama Paripanthini in Shiva. Why he is Kama Paripanthi? He is the enemy of Manmatha. So in Shiva, who is enemy of Manmatha, your glance, te vilokanam, safali karoti, it makes it a success. It makes it a success in Shiva. What is being made a success? Maravira Samrajya Vibhramadasham. Maravira is Manmatha. Manmatha, who is the warrior. Manmatha, who is the warrior, Maravira. Samrajya, his empire. Vibhramadasham, his state of delusion. Vibhramadasha, state of delusion. That means Shiva has been led to a state of delusion on seeing Devi's glance. How he was led to that state of delusion? By the army of Manmatha, because he is the warrior, he has got his army to do this. That is the empire. He has got an army and he has got also an empire, Maravira Samrajya. Because of that, he has produced the delusion, state of delusion, and that state of delusion is being made a success by this glance, which is accompanied by bashfulness as well as attachment or love. So he says, O Kamakshi, your glance is accompanied by charming smile, which holds the speech, which is intended, which is indicative speech, and it is accompanied by bashfulness as well as attachment or love, and it makes a success of the state of delusion in Shiva, which has been produced by the warrior Manmatha from his empire. Next.
कामाक्षि विभ्रम बलैक निधिर्विधाय भ्रूवल्लि चाप कुटिलीकृतिं एव चित्रं स्वाधीनका तव निनाय शशाङ्कमौलेः अङ्गार्धराज्य सुखलाभम् अपाङ्गवीरः.
In the last shloka, Mara was described as a Veera. Manmatha was described as a warrior. This time, the sidelong glance itself is described as a warrior. Apanga Veeraha. The warrior who is the sidelong glance, what does it do? Vibhrama Bala Ekanidhir Vidhaya. Ekanidhi. This warrior has got a unique treasure. Only one treasure, but very strong. What is the strong treasure? Vibhrama, which is delusion. Which is delusion. Delusion is the treasure. Delusion or beauty. Vibhrama can be interpreted as beauty as well as delusion. Both are okay. So the strength of delusion or strength of beauty is the treasure. So Vidhaya, having taken it up, because warrior takes up arms, isn't it? So this is the arms they are taking now. Then what happens? Bhruvalli chapa kutili kritim eva. Kutili kritim bhruvalli chapa. Chapa is bow, we have seen. Bhruvalli, the creeper of the eyebrows. The creeper of the eyebrows is being imagined as a bow that we have seen before also. That bow is being strung. Kutili krita means bending. Kutila is crooked, we have seen before. Kutili krita means bending. So bending the bow of the eyebrows, the creeper of eyebrows. So first of all, they have taken the armory of the strength of delusion. Then they have taken the bow and bent it, which is the eyebrow. Then, having done this Apanga Vira, what does he achieve? Swadhinatam tava ninaya shashanka maulehe angardha rajya sukhalabham. Shashanka maulehe. Shashanka Mauli is who? Shiva, who is having moon on his head. Shashanka is moon. So the having moon on his head, Shashanka Mauli, his Anga Ardha Rajyam, Anga Ardha, half his body, Rajya Sukha Labham, the benefit of the comfort of the kingdom, the benefit of the comfort of the kingdom of half the body of Shiva. You have got. Swadhinatam Ninaya, under your control. Swadhinatam means under your control. Ninaya means having led to it. Having led to it. That is, your Apanga Vira has led you to this Swadhinata state, to this state of bringing under control. Bringing what under control? The benefit of comfort of the kingdom of half the body of Shiva. Ardhanarishwara, Shiva gave half his body to Devi. So that how did Devi achieve? By using this Apanga Vira, by using this warrior of sidelong glance. So, O Kamakshi, your warrior of sidelong glance, having depended upon, having taken with him the unique treasure of the strength of delusion or strength of beauty, and bending the bow of the creeper of eyebrows, for you, this Apanga Vira brought for you the benefit of the comfort of the kingdom of half the body of Shiva under your control. Next.
कामाङ्कुरैकनिलयः तव दृष्टिपातः कामाक्षि भक्तमनसां प्रददातु कामान् रागान्वितः स्वयमपि प्रकटीकरोति वैराग्यमेव कथमेष महामुनीना
Kamankuraiga nilayaha tava drishtipataha. The dropping of your glance, tava drishtipataha, the dropping of your glance is kama ankura eka nilayaha. It is the holding place of the sprout of kama. Kamankura eka nilayaha. That is the only place where kama is held as a sprout. The desire is kept as a sprout. Bhakta manasam kaman pradadatu. This is the prayer. He says, let this drishtipata, let the dropping of your glance, let it grant pradadatu kaman, all desires which are in the minds of devotees. Bhakta manasam. He does not say which are expressed by devotees. He says which are in the minds of the devotees. That means if you go and stand before the Devi, and then if you have a desire in your mind, you may not have expressed it. You might have forgotten to express it. You might have lost yourself in the beauty of the Devi. But even then, because you have kept the desire in your mind, she will grant. He says, let your Drishtipata grant all the desires which are in the minds of the devotees. Now he jumps into another subject. He says, Swayamapi raganvitaha prakatikaroti vairagyameva katham yesha mahamuninam. Now he is putting a question. Swayamapi raganvitaha. Though it is accompanied by raga. Raga means love, attachment, passion. It is accompanied. What is accompanied? The glance. The Devi's glance is accompanied always by love or attachment or passion. And love, attachment and passion are always described as red color. We have seen before. Raga is red color. So he says, though it is showing the red color of the passion, Vairagyameva katham Mahamuninam Prakatikaroti. Mahamuninam, in the case of great munis, in the case of great saints, katham Vairagyameva, how it is expressing, Prakatikaroti, how it is expressing only eva, Vairagyam eva, only Vairagyam, only dispassion. It is expressing only dispassion. Though the pun is on the word raga. Though it has got raga, it is producing vairagya. So though it is having attachment, it is producing detachment. It is having attachment towards the devotee, but it is producing detachment in the case of Mahamuni. How is it happening? That is the question. Raga is red color, Vairagya is a state of colorlessness, because Mahamunis don't have any preference, any attachment, anything which binds them to anything mundane. No, they don't have any attachment. So they are in a state of colorlessness. So whereas Raga is red color, Vairagya is a state of colorlessness. Raga is attachment, Vairagya is detachment. How is it? A colored object is producing a colorless object. The attachment is producing complete detachment in the case of Mahamunis. It's a question, rhetorical question. O Kamakshi, the dropping of your glance has in it the sprouts of desire, and the prayer is, let the Drishtipata grant the desires which are in the minds of the devotees. This Drishtipata, though it is accompanied by passion, love, attachment, and is of red color, it is producing, it is showing very clearly, expressing very clearly. Prakati Karoti means expressing very clearly without any sense of doubt. In the case of great munis, it expresses vairagya, detachment, a state of colorlessness. Yesha katham, how is it? Yesha katham, how is this? How is this possible? That is the question. Next.
कालाम्बुवाहनिवहैः कलहायते ते कामाक्षि कालिममदेन सदा कटाक्षः चित्रं तथापि नितराम् अमुमेव दृष्ट्वा सोत्कण्ठ एव रमते किल नीलकण्ठः
Kamakshi, Katakshaha, your sidelong glance, Sada, always, Kalima Madena, because of the pride of being black color. Kalima is black color. Because of the pride of having black color, Kalambuvaha Nivahaihi Kalahayate, always it fights. Kalahayate, it quarrels, it fights with masses of dark rain-bearing clouds. Ambuvaha is rain-bearing cloud. Kala, dark rain-bearing cloud. Nivaha is masses, groups of clouds. So your Kataksha, because of the conceit, because of the pride of being dark, always fights, always quarrels with a view to defeating the masses of black rain-bearing clouds. Chitram tathapi nitaram amumeva drishtva sotkantha eva ramate kila neelakantha. Chitram, but there is a wonder. What is that wonder? He is explaining. Tathapi, even then. That is, even though your Kataksha is always trying to belittle the clouds, defeat the clouds, amumeva drishtva, on seeing this Kataksha, on seeing this sidelong glance, only eva, only is emphasis, eva is emphasis. So, on seeing the sidelong glance alone, Neelakantha Shiva, Sotkantha eva ramate. Ramate means he gets delighted. He is very delighted. How is he delighted? He is giving an emphasis on that, an example for that. Sotkantha eva, as if he was desiring it ardently. Utkantha is ardent desire. Utkantha, ardent desire. Sotkantha, having ardent desire. So as if he was having ardent desire for your Kataksha, as soon as he sees your Kataksha, he starts becoming delighted. This is wonderful. Now, what is wonderful about that? That is the play on the word Nilakantha, because this Kataksha has tried to belittle, berate clouds which are dark. Now, Nilakantha is also peacock. Nilakantha is also peacock. So peacocks are always fond of clouds. As soon as the rain-bearing clouds are seen, they are very happy, they start dancing. Whereas the Kataksha, which is an enemy of cloud, on seeing this Kataksha, Nilakantha becomes delighted. That is the contrast. The peacock becomes delighted. Peacock doesn't become delighted. The Shiva becomes delighted, but he is playing on the word. Peacock does not get delighted on seeing the enemy of clouds because they love the clouds. But in the case of Shiva, though he is having a Nilakantha like a peacock, he becomes very delighted as if he was ardently desiring for this as soon as he sees this Kataksha. O Kamakshi, your Kataksha, your sidelong glance, because of the conceit of black color, always quarrels with masses of dark rain-bearing clouds, and it is a wonder that on seeing this very Kataksha, Shiva becomes extremely delighted as if he was ardently desiring for it all the time. Now the pun is on Nilakantha, which is peacock. Peacock is a lover of clouds, and peacock does not like enemy of clouds. But in the case of Shiva, though he is Nilakantha, he becomes extremely happy on seeing this Kataksha. That is the pun. Next.
कामाक्षि मन्मथरिपुं प्रतिमारताप मोहान्धकार जलदा गमनेन नृत्य दुष्कर्म कञ्चुकिकुलं कबलीकरोतु व्यामिश्रमे च करुचिः पदपाङ्ग केकी
Satu Apanga Keki. This time the Apanga is imagined as a peacock. Keki is a peacock. Satu Apanga Keki. The peacock which is your sidelong glance, Kamakshi, Manmatha Repum Prati, towards Shiva, who is the enemy of Manmatha, Maratapa Mohanthakara Jalada Agamanena Nrityan. On seeing Shiva, the peacock starts dancing. That means what? On seeing Shiva, sidelong glance becomes very happy. Devi becomes very happy. So the Apanga also becomes very happy. So it starts dancing. It moves here and there in a fickle manner. So it is called a dance. So Nrityan. When it is dancing, Maratapa Mohandhakara Jalada Agamanena. See, we have seen before that peacock dances on seeing a cloud. Jalada means cloud. Jalada Agamanena, on arrival of the cloud. On seeing the cloud, it starts dancing. What is the cloud which is being described here? Maratapa Mohandhakara. Manmatha Manmatha, arrival of the cloud of dark delusion caused by misery of Manmatha towards Shiva. Moha Andhakara Jalada, the darkness of delusion which is caused by Maratapa, which is caused by the misery of Manmatha. Why he is saying misery of Manmatha? Because Manmatha has always been having has been nursing anger towards Shiva because Shiva is the one who destroyed him earlier. So that tapa is always with him. So that misery is always with him. Now that misery leads to the moha andhakara, the darkness of delusion in the case of Shiva. Shiva is not mentioned, but it is implied. Maratapa Mohandhakara Jalada, the cloud, on arrival of that cloud, it starts dancing. Now, how is this Apanga is being described in the last line? This peacock, Vyamishra Mechaka Ruchihi. Mechaka means darkness, dark color. Mechaka is dark color. Vyamishra means mixture. That is, there are several shades of dark color. If you see peacock's tail, it is not just one black or one blue color. It has got several shades, beautiful shades. So that is Vyamishra. Vyamishra Mechaka Ruchihi. The radiance which is produced by the mixture of various shades of black color. Mechaka also means the eye. In the peacock tail, you have the eye, which adds to beauty. So Mechaka also means eye as well as black color. So the peacock, which is having this kind of beauty, Dushkarma Kanchuki Kulam Kabali Karotu. Now there is a prayer. Kabali Karotu, let it devour. Let it swallow. What it should swallow? It should swallow serpents. Kanchuki means serpent. Because serpents are the enemy of peacock. Peacock is the enemy of serpent. So he says, let it swallow the serpent race, Kanchuki Kulam, the group of serpents. What is the group of serpents? Not one serpent, Kanchuki Kulam. Dushkarma, the evil deeds which are to my account, they are all like serpents, always trying to cause harm to me, like serpent causes harm. Dushkarma also causes harm to me. So those serpents are many. I have acquired these serpents over many, many lives, many births. So those dushkarmas which are on my account, they should be swallowed, they should be devoured by this peacock, which is your sidelong ground, which is having the beauty of black color of different shades. Kamakshi, this peacock of your sidelong ground, which is having black color of radiance of black color of different shades, or radiance of those eyes in the tail, it starts dancing on the arrival of the cloud, which is the delusion, the dark delusion caused by the misery of Manmatha in Shiva, and let it swallow the group of serpents which are the evil deeds which are to my account. Next.
कामाक्षि मन्मथरिपोः अवलोकनेषु कान्तं पयोजमिव तावकम् अक्षिपातं प्रेमागमो दिवसवत् विकचीकरोति लज्जाभरो रजनिवन् मुकुलीकरोति.
In the last shloka, I forgot to mention, the first line, it says, Manmatha Ripum Prati. I said Shiva is not mentioned, it is mentioned. It is towards Shiva. Nrityanne Manmatha Ripum Prati. It starts dancing as soon as it starts, sees Shiva. Manmatha Ripu is Shiva. So Shiva is described as Maratapa Mohandhakara Jalada Agamanena. So that is the description of Shiva. So now it is complete. Next. So Kamakshi Manmatharipoho Avalokaneshu Kantam Payojamiva Tavakam Akshipatam. Tavakam Akshipatam. Your dropping of glance. Tavakam, your Akshipatam, dropping of glance. Manmatharipoho Avalokaneshu. Whenever Manmatharipu, that is Shiva, sees, Avaloka is seeing. Whenever he sees you, Kantam Payojamiva. Payojamiva. Payoja is lotus. Beautiful lotus. Like a beautiful lotus. Kantam Payojam is beautiful lotus. Like a beautiful lotus, your Akshipata behaves. Your Akshipata behaves like a beautiful lotus whenever Shiva looks at you. Premagamaha Devasavat Vikachi Karoti. Premagamaha. Premasya Agamaha. The arrival of love. Love from whom? From Shiva. The arrival of love of Shiva, Devasavat, like daytime, Vikachi, because it was described as a lotus. Payoja is lotus. Your Akshipata was described as a lotus. So lotus has to blossom only during daytime. So whenever Shiva's prema, love arrives, prema agamaha, whenever that happens, Devasavat, like daytime, vikati karoti, it makes it blossom. It makes your akshipata blossom like a lotus. Otherwise, what happens? Lajjabharaha rajanivat mukuli karoti. Whenever he sees, he sees with love, your eye blossoms like a lotus, like a daytime. But Lajjabharaha, when he is not seeing you, you are seeing him. See, there are two stages. When he is not seeing you, you are seeing him. When he is seeing you, you are also seeing him. That was first described. That is the Prema Agamaha. When he is not seeing you, but you are seeing him, at that time, Premagamaha. When he is seeing you, and you are also seeing him, at that time what happens? Lajjabharaha. At that time you are having bashfulness. When you realize that he is seeing you, then it leads you to a state of lajja, bashfulness. At that time, what happens? Rajanivat, like night time. Rajani is night. Devasa is daytime. Devasavat, Rajanivat. Like night time, Mukuli Karovati. It makes the lotus close its bud. Mukuli Karovati, close its bud. Because of bashfulness, you are not able to meet him directly with your eyes. So you turn your eyes somewhere else. So the lotus closes. But when he is not seeing you, you are seeing him with a lot of love, because you know that he is also having a lot of love. Premagama is both ways. So then your lotus blossoms. So he says, O Kamakshi, the dropping of your glance, whenever Shiva, the enemy of Manmasa, looks at you, it is like behaving like a beautiful lotus. And on feeling the arrival of love, it blossoms like daytime. And when it is obsessed with lajja, bashfulness, it closes itself like nighttime. Next.
मूको विरिञ्चति परं पुरुषः कुरूपः कन्दर्पति त्रिदश राजति किं पचानः कामाक्षि केवलम् उपक्रमकाल एव लीलातरङ्गितकटाक्ष रुचः क्षणं ते.
It's a very beautiful shloka. We have seen similar ideas before, repeated in a different form. O Kamakshi, Leela Tarangita Kataksha Ruchaha Khanam Te. Kataksha Ruchaha, the radiances of your sidelong glance, Leela Tarangita, they are coming like waves in sport, like waves in sport. Taranga is wave, Leela is sport. Like waves of sport, the sidelong glance radiances are coming. Kshanam te, even if it comes for a second, even if this radiance comes only for a second, kevalam upakrama kala eva, even at the very beginning, upakrama is starting point. Upakrama kala, the time of start. Kevalam, right at the starting point. Right at the time of start, eva, even then, even that is, the sidelong glance need not be on you for 1 hour. It's not necessary. Even if it comes for a second, and even that second need not be continuous, for just at the beginning of that second, how he is describing that compassion, you see. Even at the beginning of that second, what happens? Mookaha virinchati. If you are a dumb fellow, you will become like a Brahma. Virinchati is Brahma. Virinchi is Brahma. Param Purushaha, supreme person. A dumb fellow becomes the supreme person of Brahma. Kurupaha Kandarpati. Kurupaha, an ugly fellow. Kandarpa is Manmatha, another name for Manmatha. The ugly fellow becomes like Manmatha. Tridasha Rajati Kimpachanaha. Kimpachanaha means destitute fellow, very poor. Destitute, very poor. He becomes Tridasha Raja. He becomes Devendra. Tridasha is Devas, Tridasha Raja is Devendra. He becomes like Devendra. He attains the status, he attains the wealth, he attains the glory of Devendra. That means right at the beginning of the starting point, right at the starting point itself, even for a second, when your radiance of the sidelong gone, which comes in waves of sport. That means what? It is not, it is fickle, because he has said Chanchala before. The same thing he is putting in a different word, Leela Tarangita, he says. So it will never be constant. It will always be fickle, moving here and there. So he says Leela Tarangita, waves of sport. So if it comes even in for a second during that wave of sport, right at the very starting point, the dumb fellow becomes the supreme person of Brahma. The very ugly fellow becomes like Manmatha, and the very poor fellow becomes like Devendra. He attains the wealth and glory of Devendra. What more do you want? So he has given all the benefits, all the Falashruti of the Kataksha. Next.
नीलालका मधुकरन्ति मनोज्ञनासा मुक्तारुच प्रकटकन्दबिषा पुरन्ति कारुण्यमम्ब मकरन्दति कामकोटि मन्ये ततः कमलमेव विलोचनं ते
Himabindu, the screen, the topmost first line is not quite clear, quite visible. Yes, now it's good. This was happening earlier also. Manye tataha kamalameva vilochanam. Hey vilochanam. Your eyes, kamalameva manye. I consider as lotus only. Kamalameva. I consider, manye means I consider. I consider your eyes as lotus only. Tataha means hence. What are the reasons for considering your eyes as lotus, he is saying. Neelalaka madhukaranti. Neelalaka. Alaka means the hair on the head, the tresses on the head, which are a black color. Madhukaranti. They are like bees. Madhukara is bee. They are like bees. So lotus should have bees. Your eyes, which are like lotus, have got bees, which are the dark hair on the head. Manojya nasa mukta ruchaha prakata kanda bisa ankuranti. Manojya nasa. Nasa is nose. Manojya, enchanting, beautiful. Beautiful nose. Mukta ruchaha, the radiance of the pearl. The radiance of the pearl on your enchanting nose. The nose screw, nose ornament. He is describing the nose ornament, which is of pearl, and it is sitting on enchanting nose. Manojnya nasa mukta ruchaha. Now, how is that? Prakata kanda bisankuranti. They are like bisa. Bisa means the stalk of the lotus stalk. Ankuranti, that is, the stalk has just started sprouting. The sprouting of the lotus stalk, prakata, which is shown, which is expressed, which is clear. Kanda, kanda means the root, which is above the root. Prakata kanda, showing above the root, the lotus stalk, which is in a sprout form, because the pearl cannot be very large and it cannot be compared to a lotus stalk, isn't it? So he is saying ankuranti. The pearl on the nose is like a sprout of the lotus stalk, which is expressed, which is seen over the hidden root. Karunyam, now he has described the stalk, he has described the bee. Now he is going to describe the honey. Karunyam amba makarandati. Amba, O mother. Karunyam makarandati. Karunyam, compassion. Makarandati is like honey. Lotus should have honey, isn't it? What is the honey in this case of this lotus? Karunyam is the lotus. Karunyam is the honey. Compassion is the honey. Kamakoti, O Kamakoti, O Kamakshi. I consider your eyes as lotus only for the following reason. Tataha, hence. What are the reasons? The black tresses, the hair on the head, are like bees, and the pearls on the enchanting nose, the radiance of the pearls on the enchanting nose, show very clearly like the sprouts of the lotus stalk above the root. And your compassion is like the honey, O Kamakoti. Hence, I consider your eyes as lotus only. Next.
आकाङ्क्षमान फलदान विचक्षणायाः कामाक्षितावक कटाक्षक कामधेनोः सम्पर्क एव कथमम्ब विमुक्तपाश बन्धास्फुटं तनुभृतः पशुतां त्यजन्ति.
Second line, Tavaka Katakshaka Kamadheno Ho. Your sidelong glance is like Kamadhenu, the wish granting cow of Devaloka, the celestial wish granting cow, Kamadhenu. It is like your sidelong glance is like Kamadhenu, O Kamakshi. Why? Akangshamana Phaladana Vichakshanayaha. Vichakshana means we have seen before, expert, master. It is expert, it is master in granting the fruits of whatever you are expecting. Akanksha is expectation. Akankshamana, whatever you are expecting of that fruit, phaladana, granting of that fruit, your this Kamadhenu is an expert. Kamadhenu, as soon as you go and expect something, it gives, isn't it? You don't have to express. You have to only think of it. The moment you think of it, it gives, isn't it? That is Kamadhenu. So same thing with Kataksha. Akankshamana, and he says, as soon as you entertain an expectation in your mind, immediately it fructifies. Samparka eva katham amba vimukta pasha bandhaha putam tanubhrataha pasutam yajanti. That is, on mere contact with this Kamadhenu, Samparka is contact. Katham is a question. On mere contact with this Kamadhenu, Tanubhrataha, those who are having a body, that means all living beings. Now we are talking about human beings because other beings don't have the ability to pray. So we have the ability to pray. We should understand Tanubhrataha as human beings. So human beings, as soon as they come in contact with this Kamadhenu, which is your sidelong glance, Vimukta Pasha Bandha, they completely get released from the ropes of bondages of samsara. Completely released from the ropes of bondages of samsara. Vimukta Pasha Bandha. Pasutam Tyajanti. Not only that, they leave aside, they abandon all the qualities of animal. Pasuta means the quality of an animal. What is the quality of animal? Getting attracted towards mundane attractions. That is Pasuta. So he says, this human being, they leave aside Pasuta, the quality of animal nature, and they also break all the bonds that are connecting them with samsara. That means what? They get moksha. That is what it means. Now, if you see Siddhanta, it says we are all, Shiva is Pashupati, we are all Pashus. And what is, why we are Pashus and why we have not reached the state of Pashupati? Because of Pasha. Because we are bound to samsara. As soon as the bond breaks, Pashu will become Pashupati. This is the philosophy of Advaita. So he says, in this case, as soon as Kamadhenu appears in front of them, Kamadhenu is a Pashu. As soon as the Pashu comes in front of them, these people lose their quality of Pashu they lose their bonds because Pashu is always bound, isn't it? An animal is always bound. A cow is always bound to a pillar. So he says, the cow which is bound to a pillar makes you lose your bond, makes you also lose your quality of Pashu. How is it? Katham? This is the question. This is the beauty. Because he described it as a Kamadhenu, he is extending that argument and he is saying, how is it that this Kamadhenu is having an effect of making you lose your Pashuta as well as losing your Pashabandha? How is that possible? Because Pashu and Pasha are the nature of animal, nature of Kamadhenu, nature of any Dhenu. But here in this case, you are making it, this Kamadhenu is making you lose and taking you to the state of Pashupati. How is that? That is the question. So he says, your sidelong glance is like a Kamadhenu, wish granting celestial cow, and it is a master in granting the fruits of all the expectations of devotees, and human beings, by mere contact with this Kamadhenu, lose all the bonds, the ropes of bonds of samsara, and they also abandon the quality of animal instinct. All animal instincts are gone. Putam, putam means very clearly. There is no doubt about it. Putam means very clearly. Pashutam, putam tejanti. They leave aside all animal instincts clearly. There is no question. They never return to animal instinct. It's not as if we see the sidelong glance and then we lose this Pashuta, and then after the sidelong glance goes away, we retain our Pashuta. No, we lose it once and for all. Putam, very clearly, they lose it. So I think we close for the day and we invite questions.
If anybody has any questions, they can unmute themselves and ask questions, and please turn on your videos. Any questions? All right, Guruji, I don't think there is any questions.
There's no question. Okay, we close. We meet again next Saturday. We wish you all the best. Namah Parvati Pataye Har Har Mahadeva. Govind Sarvatra Govinda Nama Sankirtanam Govinda Govinda Sri Raja Rajeshwarya Jaya Jaya.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you, Mummy.
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma.
The recording has stopped.